You ready?
Doesn't sound like you're ready, man. It sounds like you just got done with a 6-hour car ride and you're ready to rip some shots in this wind for the first time all day.
Hey man, I got to go to Leadstone for get some discs out of the factory. So
did you get me anything?
I thought about asking, and then I was like, yeah, I don't feel like it. You know how it is.
All right, well, here getting ready for the Grip EQ 43rd Kansas City Wide Open, presented by Under Par here in Liberty, Missouri, next to Kansas City. This is the event that replaces Emporia. The what's that event called? Glass Blown Open? No.
Used to be.
Used to be.
Turned into DDO.
Yeah, Dynamic Disc Open. Yeah. So we'll see how this tournament fares. This course, I've heard really good things about it. I think I saw coverage a little bit. It was a silver event last year or 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yeah. Yep.
So I mean, like I remember the starting hole, absolute beast.
What kind of golf do you think it's going to be? You think it's going to be wide open?
I think it actually looks really mixed, honestly.
It does. It does.
It looks like a really good balance. I'm excited to play it. Eli, cameraman, editor, extraordinaire, has played it, and you said good things about it too. You've hyped it up to us, so
yeah.
You guys are gonna like it.
Okay. Cool. We like that.
Wow, man. Just like
actually, you know what? I kind of want to dislike it now.
Come on.
I know, but I want to, like, out of spite, I kind of want to dislike it.
I got too many good comments on our last video. I have to just start ragging on videos again.
Yep, exactly. You got to bounce it out. We got to keep the fans on their toes. Let's get this thing going, man. We got 575 feet to this pin on hole 1. Par 4, pretty wild-looking fairway, super sick pond. So already off to a great start aesthetically. Got the bricks out front too.
The bricks make such a big difference on these shots, man. It just looks so good. It's so much more fair.
Right.
Like when you hit the brick wall, there's no question, oh, did I cross? Did I not cross? It's like, it's a solid wall, man.
Dude, I love that. And it wraps like it looks like 150 feet up to the basket too, which is, we're getting spoiled now, back-to-back weekends with the brick walls. It might be like, I'm seeing like 3 plays on this tee. In calm conditions, I feel like you'll see people lay up short just in front of the pond and then attack from there. You'll see people probably go to that second landing zone where it kind of bubbles out short of the green. And then I think you might see some people absolutely try to go for it too. Downhill, so it probably plays like 520. You might see some people go for this green as well.
It looks like there's pretty much wide open behind it. So like if you just get across, like you could be good. So we have a good wind. I'll bet a lot of players are just ripping one into the woods, hoping for the best. It does say all OB goes to the drop zone. So however much you want to bite off, you have to stay safe.
I'm going to try to just land off this left side a little bit. There's that big green leafy bush on the left side. I want to come just in front of that. What's that? Oh, way too short.
Yeah, I was like,
this is my first time here, guys. I don't know what to do.
You did come way in front of that bush. Theme out here.
Wow, it's more of a full shot.
The whole first half of the season. Headwind, ripping headwind, ripping NUKE OSs. I really think that's the play.
Did you pick any of those up at the factory? Nice, dude.
I did get a bunch more NUKE OSs, so I've got to restock there. That's why I had to go, man. I was out of NUKE OSs, so.
I'll throw one more. We got the Venom. Dude, this wind. Well, we're in Missouri, Kansas. Makes sense. Makes sense to be windy.
Makes sense. I mean, it was the glass blown open before too, you know, in our other Kansas event. That looks great.
Ooh, that's push it. But see, that's the thing. If I was a little bit right, I'd be in the water.
Right.
The NUKE OS would be more stable. That would be probably good.
I did pick up a couple of these Ezra Robinson confetti.
Dude, these are actually so sick.
Whatchamacallit? Supreme Flight Open. Yeah, commemorative. Yeah. They felt really good. They're domey. They've got a really good feel to them. So we're going to see how they fly out here. I'm not going to throw it on this hole because I don't think anything's holding up to that much headwind. But
the confetti plastic, this is like brand new stuff, I think, this year for Discraft.
Yeah.
What is it, confetti Z, confetti crystal?
Confetti premium, I don't know.
We saw him rip these a couple times.
Exactly, I saw him with him. I thought I'd pick one up myself, so we'll see how it flies. I like this drop zone. Nothing easy about it. You gotta go across the water. Basically playing easy par 3 from here. Into this headwind, it does not play easy. I'm gonna try a forehand Raptor. Should be about 280 is my guess. Into the headwind. Yeah. Hey, it's safe, but like that's the struggle with it is if you play it safe, then you've got the putt coming back.
Goss is getting on me heavy for throwing it over here. This isn't even that bad of a spot. But
I was getting on you heavy for saying I'm gonna throw it just in front of that bush and then coming up over 100 feet short of the bush.
Yeah, that's all perspective, man. But the thing with this green is like, you kind of want to be close to it because you don't want to throw it too far past because you have a death putt coming back and it's only, looks like 10 feet from that brick wall maybe, really close.
It's nice being left though, because the backhand hyzer becomes easier.
This is gonna be tricky. I'm going with buffalo zone here.
Buffalo. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Imagine if you had thrown your shot maybe 50 feet closer.
That'd be so helpful.
Your upshot would have been on the green.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a great point. I'm just practicing because I'm never going to actually land here in the tournament.
One of the things I like about this is this tree hangs out a ways. So if you're playing for the second landing zone over here, you do have to commit yourself around the tree. The only thing I wish is that maybe this section right here is out of bounds or hazard.
Oh.
So that you can't just be like, oh, I'll just chuck it. If I hit the tree, whatever. If not, whatever.
You're just saying that because I landed down. You want me to be OB.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.
Man, it's gosh, hopped up on caffeine.
Just got out of the car, man.
Oh, that's going to be a tricky putt, too.
Yeah, it is. Like the soft
That's a good shot, though. This would not be too bad here. You know what I'd really like to be on this hole off the tee?
Next to the basket? Right there?
I think that this like middle landing zone is going to be pretty ideal. Rip a nuke. And like this bush, I think if you hit this bush, it's not even that bad. Technically, you could just like
chip out.
As long as you can still straddle out and get a forehand, you can still throw it up to the basket.
The good wind, I agree.
Yeah,
I think
the wind today was really tough.
There's just nothing you can do with the wind today. Yeah.
Swing. I really like trying to throw a tee shot to heel though with calm wind.
Yeah.
And I kind of like how the OB is kind of far away from the basket because it incentivizes people to actually throw that shot a little bit.
Go
you know,
for
that's
the eagle.
like. Which I could see what you maybe, like playing as a par 4, you maybe want to bring this OB tighter. So I want to see people go for the eagle. I want to see people whip at this pin and have a putt to get a 3 or 2.
So I totally agree with going for the eagle. My only issue is it turns into throw a shot. It just doesn't take any skill except for distance. You don't have to aim it, don't have to line it up.
I think that's a massive skill though.
And then all of a sudden you got a 90-foot jump putt.
Is distance the biggest skill though? Since the smallest percentage of people can do it? Think about it. I'm just saying, think about it. Is it? I'm thinking it might be. Everyone can make a 40-foot putt, technically. Like literally nobody except for Anthony can throw 700 feet. So that might be the most impressive skill.
I guess.
I'm just saying.
That's a way of thinking of it. I just think the 100-foot jump putt is a very boring shot.
Okay, yeah.
And giving people easy birdies for you know, chipping a hyzer into the bushes there.
Right.
Seems a little like not skill-based. It does drop off quick here, so I do agree with Ezra. Getting closer and having an easier upshot probably is going to pay. Let's see if we can get a soft run here.
That's it.
Even the soft run doesn't. Yeah, it's it's tight green. It's like 15 feet there, something like that.
Yeah, and then like on this side, the long side, you got about 12 feet and it just drops off super steep. So any upshot that you throw, if you don't land on these wood chips, basically, you're probably going to be down at 30, 35 feet pretty easily.
Good way of making the green tough for kind of a shorter par 4.
Yeah.
My drop zone shot is about 45 feet over there. So probably want to go zone instead of Raptor. Hole 2, 359 feet. You can see this basket from hole 1's tee pad. Another one built up, looks beautiful, got great aesthetics. Kind of like the cake, it's like tiered, so that's pretty cool. It looks like we played just past the ladies pin up onto a mound. So the biggest gap, or the biggest challenge is going to be the gap off the tee. They've got these 2 posts right here. I don't think they're Mandos.
It doesn't look like it.
But there's not much of another option.
Jake Wolf.
Yeah, Jake Wolf.
RP.
Yeah. I wish, man. I wish I had that shot.
Yeah, don't we all?
Ben Wolf's got it. Holy cow. That guy might have the smoothest tomahawk.
That's one of the best things about disc golf. You get people to just throw these wild shots that like almost nobody else throws, and then they can just absolutely park shots.
Chandler Kramer's
it's another variety. Yeah,
dude,
exactly.
The wicked like hyzer flip rollers and stuff.
Oh yeah, yep.
Some funky
the creativity, man.
Yeah,
sick.
Going Buzz OS. See if we can throw it nice and straight. Got a tailwind. Should have a tailwind out there. Ooh, did throw it straight. Straight into that post.
See, if you would have thrown a nebula, it would have been a lot easier. Actually, I want to throw flippy, I think. Oh, I did it.
Yep.
That's fine, though.
Looks pretty good.
Circle's edge, maybe. I'm really excited to see what this green looks like. There we go.
Just give it a little turn out of the hand.
Stable 1-2 to come back.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like that plate. I could tell I lined up with that post, to be honest with you. I gotta think about that before I throw the shot.
It happens.
Yeah, here's the second hazard you can't even see from the tee pad. These stone blocks. Because I played the flicks out to the right, I hit the one there before it hyzered back in. So you definitely need to keep it straighter. That's interesting. I had no idea those were even there. Guess if you throw far enough right, you just go around them.
Heck yeah. Dude, this is sick. It's like a little, so far, it's like a little mini Eagles Crossing almost. We got the cake, we got the walls.
I like a pond.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a nice putt.
Just like how my weekend went last week. I wish.
I wish.
Oh, we didn't do a tournament recap.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we played the Go Throw event, Nationals, the Go Throw Nationals event out at Eagles Crossing, and it went pretty abysmal for both of us. I felt like we both threw some good shots that course is demanding, and we just didn't.
Right, just a couple blow-up holes. I think some of them are just super challenging. Didn't have the right shots in for them, but awesome week, man. It's probably the most fun I've had all year long during a tournament. We had like field events, ace race stuff, and then we just got to play on this amazing course the whole time. So
definitely a more like laid back, chill, relaxed vibe, which I think was what they were going for.
For sure.
Not super structured, you know, but it turned out to be pretty fun.
It'll get there, and they said that they might put in a road and get some more high tier tournaments.
That's like the main thing with that event. Like, it'd be awesome to get that. We had a lot of people comment like, why is this on the Pro Tour?
Right.
I think they want to, because obviously that'd be sick to have massive events there. One of the biggest hurdles to overcome for that course is just the fact that it's not close to anything. It's like, you know, location. It's so far away from civilization, so I don't know.
Adding to that is there's no cell service. It's so far away from civilization, there's no cell service.
So we got Starlink coming though. We'll get Starlink out there, we'll be fine.
The live coverage. Live coverage is the #1 thing.
Thought this was called the Kansas City Wide Open, but yet here we are. We have a gap shot. What happened? We got hole 3, 605-foot par 4, 90-degree dog leg right. We've got this Mando off the tee box. We're gonna try to hit one of those gaps. That's about 150 feet away from the tee. Get out to the fairway, and then you've got 410 feet to the pin, super narrow green, and OB literally everywhere.
It might be more than 90 degrees. It might be almost like backwards to the left.
It might be, yeah, you're right.
This reminds me of like an Idlewild kind of shot. They have you go like, I don't know, 200 feet forward and then straight to the left.
I agree. It also looks like if you hit a tree, you're probably gonna kick OB. Well, maybe not if you go right. I'm gonna try for this left gap. I feel like if I can go through the left gap and then maybe get a little closer to the pin that way.
Yeah.
Oh, I went. Well, that's crazy.
That's a tough one.
I did not think that was a easy tree to hit, which is not. But
I think that came out of your hand and the wind lifted that about 5 feet. It's tough to like gauge how much the wind's gonna push on these tiny gaps. I'm gonna go the same thing, just stable Raptor.
You know, this gap is close enough though. It's not too bad.
I feel like this is a really solid gap for players to have to hit, except that I feel like you should have some touch. You know, it's like a 200-foot shot, so they want us to throw like a touch shot, but it's not at all. You're just ripping it into the hillside. So I think it's maybe if you brought that OB line down the hill quite a way, so you have to actually hit a landing zone.
How about this?
Might be a little better.
What if a couple of maintenance guys, unannounced, we won't say who they would be, come out, clip some of these tall branches on these first couple trees,
get
this hyzer out, you can get really good stuff to fairway. I won't say who the maintenance guys would be or what maintenance channel, this YouTube channel that'd be, but
I won't even link it in the description.
Yeah, exactly, we won't do that either. Yeah, almost impossible to go OB long, I think.
Yeah, mine took a huge skip and I'm still not even close. 370, okay. Yeah, so once you get out here, it's like a pretty solid like open shot. One of the things I like that they do out here is they shape these fairways.
Yeah.
So you've got pinch points. You basically are playing to an island green. It's a good way to make the shot a little bit more interesting for an otherwise just completely open shot.
Well, that's the thing too with the artificial OB. Some people hate it, but it's like, it really makes the hole a hole. You know, with no artificial OB, what do you even have?
And last week we got artificial OB in the right way, which is you just put a pond in.
Yeah, you just built a pond, technically.
They're like,
this pond,
that's
we know this pond
OB.
might be artificial OB.
It's not natural. Right. Somebody put it there.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
We got kind of close to this left OB though, honestly.
You're right, closer than I was thinking, for sure.
Cross that ladies pin island, I like that.
Yeah. Oh! Little uphill, plays a little longer.
Good shot.
So, I think ideally you want to throw a forehand, but you don't have much airspace for that. the hill just shapes better for it.
Oh, I hung it out wide.
Wide. Ah, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, that's my alarm to tell you guys about the new OTB Discs free shipping code we've got going. We're doing Ezra Champs Cup, since we got Champs Cup coming up in OTB's hometown in Stockton, California.
Super
the first major of the year, dude. It's gonna be sick. So if you guys want free shipping on all the OTB, on all the disc golf goodies you could imagine, we got discs. We got we got like chalk bags. They got hats, apparel.
They've got discs on discs on discs.
They got so many discs. They tell you the picture.
I have never seen so many discs in a retail store.
They tell you the stiffness, the dome. Yeah, it's sick. So check that out and use code Ezra Champs Cup if you want free shipping. This is not the putt we want on this hole. Good thing I got a catch-all back there. Oh, what the heck? What's that?
Man, it's like every time I get over here, you just can't make a putt to save your life.
Don't sign him up for the MLB. He's letting every ball go right past him. That's crazy.
You just go right at my face every time.
Yeah, that'd be way more fun to hit than the basket. What do you mean? Right.
So like hole 1 would be a good example of doing something like that, where you make the entire green, the 20 feet around the basket, super skippy.
Right.
Like just disc is never going to come to rest on there. It's going to slide. It's going to skip.
Yep.
And then you make the stuff that's like the rough,
right,
or the OB, actually super sticky. So if you land in it, you stay for sure.
Right. And
it's just a really easy way of making up shots and approaching baskets a lot harder.
I like that a lot about this green. It's like if my second shot would have been a little bit wider and I would have caught some of this longer grass,
you're
not skipping inbounds at all.
Nothing. Yeah.
And aesthetically, I think it just really is nice for defining the difference between inbounds and out of bounds.
Helps the players, helps the fans. They know exactly where it is.
For sure. They've also stapled all the lines down, so there's no confusion on whether you're in or out.
Oh, there will always be confusion.
Yeah. Okay. That's only because you play.
Hole 4, 939-foot par 4. This one looks pretty sweet. Off the tee, we have a nice straight shot, just trying to end up in the center. Then it curves off to the right, goes downhill into like a gully. And this time, I did notice beforehand, there are the same 2 rocks that are about circle 2 short of the basket on both sides. So I'm not going to be surprised by those when we get up there. See, thinking ahead. I'm going to go force off the tee. It might be a little too much disc, but I like battling this headwind, I think.
Nice. It's one way to do distance control.
Yeah.
Throw it low.
Throw it low. All right, he's going to go Onyx, I guess.
I'm going to try Onyx.
I just wasn't sure how much it would flip, so went with a little more stable disc.
Oh, I toned it. Yeah, I can tell right away. My grip.
Man, I don't even pay him to make my point for me. You know,
your name is Pudge. So I don't know, like, I think that trumps everything you could ever say to me.
There it is. Maybe a big lefty backhand could get way down there too. Like I was almost thinking forehand, but I think it's too hard.
Lefty backhand? Lefty backhand, should we try that?
Yeah, let's see it. Oh boy. Wow, it looked just like your regular form.
That is the most offensive thing anyone has ever said to me. And I'm inbounds on hole 3. How does Austin make it look so easy?
Yeah,
it's literally impossible to throw it that way. It's so whack.
If he used his other hand, man, he'd be the best player in the world, you know? Like, that's all there is to it.
That's a good point.
All right, definitely want to crest this hill. I think throwing at those trees and then fading back left is probably best, but you also don't want to get to those trees, otherwise you have a pinch shot. I'm gonna go Onyx turnover here.
4-4-4.
Sounds about right. Plays a little shorter. I don't think there'll be much wind in the gap though, so it's just this wind right out of my hand.
That was so close. Still hit the rocks.
Did I still hit the freaking rock,
Still hit it. Man, I love this game.
That's brutal, man.
What a good day today is.
Honestly, the rocks don't look like much, but a lot of people are going to want to approach nice and low into the green, you know, keep it from doing anything funky. So the fact that they're there like makes it so you have to either throw it high, get over them, or actually hit the gap between them. So they do come into play more than you think.
You know what they look like?
I don't know what they look like. Would you care to tell us?
Oh, I'm just saying I should call them. I'm not going to say anything else than that. But I've got it about 350, which isn't too bad. Hopefully I don't get too distracted by the obvious distractionary obstacles. For the first time in my life, I don't want to hit those.
Wow.
Is that too much?
Don't worry,
Right
you're
between
safe.
them?
You've never hit them in your life. You did a great job of completely avoiding them.
You know what? Usually they avoid me, unfortunately, so I don't have to try very hard.
Let's go. I've been liking kind of like a soft, high, spinny putt. Give it a little bit of a run. Gotta do the other one, bro. You can't leave one out.
I don't know what to do. Oh my God, I don't know.
There we go, there we go. Cashed my 90 footer on 17.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy, that went in. Gavin Rathman walks up and says, just leave it, Goss. And he cashes his 40 footer like right in front of it. I was like, nobody cares, man.
That is sick.
We're playing casual disc golf.
This hole, like the other 3 holes, super sick. So far, we're off to a great start. We talked about how this is a good Austin Torno hole. And Austin Torno was one of the people who really helped us out in the Hold My Bag game last tournament.
Yep.
So get ready for my favorite segment of the videos now, Hold My Bag segment, where we pick, I guess my fantasy picks for this week.
Just to be clear, guys, it's just because it's fun. You know,
Right.
you get to like decide like who's gonna like play well, who's gonna not play well. That's why we enjoy doing it.
It is fun.
It's a fun little pick.
They also have standings for the pros who do it on who gets first and last and second, whatever else. How'd you feel? I got second place last for you guys. I'm pretty happy about that. I did second out of like the 50
You
people
should be.
that did them.
That's good for you.
And
man.
what place did you get, Goss?
I got you by like 3 points. Let's go, baby. Austin Turner came in clutch for both of us.
Yeah.
Everybody picked Simon.
Right.
Kind of yeah, it didn't matter. It was a wash because everybody picked him.
Picked him for the pros.
Zach Nash came in super clutch in the tier
for me,
5 for you.
For me, yep.
And then the pick for me was I got Gannon and you took AB.
I took AB, yeah.
And I think Gannon got third, maybe second.
Maybe second.
And AB took like 9th or 10th.
Yeah.
Somewhere around
15th,
that range.
I don't know.
But
this is, we're getting ready for the Kansas tournament. And the picks, man, it's important. This is Hold My Bag if you guys haven't played it already. Everybody's playing it now. It's like the funnest game you can play in disc golf. You've got 5 different tiers for different players to pick who you think is going to do well. And if you do better with those picks than everyone else, you have a chance to win prizes. And it's free to play if you want it to be. So, with that being said, for my tier 1 pick, I went with Gannon Barr.
wow.
Can't get picked. I can't get.
Bandwagon.
Yeah, listen.
He goes, I got beat by. The reason I lost is because of this guy right here.
Yeah.
I'm
If you
picking him
can't
up.
beat him, join him. So it's just I bet against Gannon one time, and I don't know if I should ever do that again.
Never.
My number 2 pick, well, my tier 2 pick, I should say, I went with Chris Dickerson. You know what? Wait, heads up. Subscribe to the channel. We're doing a doubles battle tomorrow. And I'm not going to name names, but you might want to stay tuned for that. Tier 3, pick myself, holding strong. Tier 4, I went with Kevin Jones, KJ USA.
Ooh.
He's kind of,
Okay.
I think he grew up around here, so I feel like maybe he's played this
Okay.
course before. I don't know.
Don't know.
And then tier 5, sneaky pick. Not sure how this guy's in this far down in this tier because I think he's absolutely goated. Kaale Visca, Team Discraft
Ooh.
guy, snuck his way into tier 5 somehow, which is a blessing for my picks, I think.
I didn't even see his name.
Yeah. So
Yikes.
if you guys think you can beat those picks, good luck. Try to use my link below or up here and play Hold My Bag. Super fun. Goose's picks are going to be on the back 9. And like last time, I would say it would be trash, but he won, so it might be better than mine again.
Gave you the smoke, but you bandwagoned on with Gannon.
I did.
So you might have a chance this week.
I'm interested to see if we picked anybody the same again. Because last time we had 3.
You have to see.
This
Let's
week's
see
going
the
to
back
be
9.
more difficult.
We're on hole 5. 5?
Yeah.
That means it's you. What am I doing up here?
Feels good. Feels good. All right, we got a 624-foot par 4. The only OB on this hole is a pond, which is probably 150 feet from the basket. On the right side, we have a very narrow gap. Again, defying the name of this course, but pretty good sized gap. I feel like it looks pretty fair from what I can tell. And then we have really rough if you do get a bad kick into that stuff. It's gonna be a 2-shot hole. Probably, man, a big forehand is looking really nice. I think rip something up there, try to get to the bend, and then attack an upshot from there.
This kind of woods looks a lot like hole 17 at Des Moines, where it's got the woods cleared out. That's kind of like, there's fairway, then there's kind of like this rough, and then there's like deep woods rough. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Just off that. And then the actual pond, I'll bet you is going to play similar to maybe like the one hole at Northwoods, par 4. You throw your tee shot to the landing zone, and then you have to go across the pond, kind of like that. So I do like the pond in the woods.
Slap shot. Heck yeah.
Of course.
Nice shot. That's how it's done.
Yep. Forehand.
See, we got to have more people on the channel, you know, to show people the actual lines.
Okay, the key is we just need to play slower.
Yeah.
And then just people will key.
There's 4 people on the channel.
Yeah.
I like
8-hour rounds, we get the whole field to play through us. Bit of hyzer. Here we go. Little too flippy. Oh, it's so close.
That was close. Kind of have to just get past that one, like, really dog tree on the right side, it looks like.
Yep.
Flip
We'll
more.
Turn. Oh, that was close, too.
That's the tree I wanted to miss. That is the tree I talked about.
I think, like, to get to those 2 trees that we just hit is a reasonable shot. And then getting past that is very challenging.
It'd be impressive.
Yeah. You got to push a forehand straight a long ways.
It's another good lefty tee shot, man. I'm starting to regret my lack of Austin Tono picking my hold my bag picks.
We haven't played the course yet, so it makes it tough. There is the new confetti nuke, man.
Oh, that was Robinson.
Yep.
Man,
Touch flippier than I was expecting, but a perfect forehand nuke.
He made him look pretty overstable.
Yeah, he does that, doesn't he?
Like, I should roast the guy if he's not even here.
Classic roast. That's a Gannon Burr. I heard Gannon Burr make that roast to Nicholas Antela in the middle of one of our rounds one time.
Tournament round too, right?
Tournament round. We were at Beaver State Fleeing. He goes, Nicholas, dude, you make those discs look so stable when you throw
He's
them.
just saying he throws short. It's
I was like, what are you?
Dude, Gannon honestly is low-key one of the more unhinged players, for sure.
Big time. I think it's like the Gen Z, like just they are. You know what I mean? They're not trying to be.
It's one of those Ezra roll 2 series nukes. Right. It's just like, that's just the way it is.
Just from this tee shot, the one thing I wish that they would do with this is add a touch of variety. Right now, there's only one shot that can work, and they've got this sneaky little inside gap. And I think if they clean that up just a touch, you might be able to get like a hyzer flip backhand up there, just to add a slight other option. And I don't think it would take too much work to just clean that up.
So this is the one that hit this dog tree, maybe this one. Kicked backwards to right here. I can't see the basket. I've never played this course before. The pond's up there. I'm gonna pick this one up.
One of the cool things about that is we're playing like the up the hill kind of shot. Right. So the higher up the hill you get, the more level the shot is. Versus the shot is doable from back here, but you have to have really good like nose angle because you have to go over the hill and then back down kind of shot. So it definitely pays to be farther up this hill.
So if you can get an ideal tee shot planned like right here, you've got kind of 2 options. It looks like there's kind of a left gap, which looks pretty fair. You can hyzer wide of this pond and take it out of contention. Or there's just airspace too. You can go spike hyzer. I think that's going to be what most people try to go for if they can get to this landing zone.
Okay, I haven't played the green yet, but it looks like a spike hyzer from here. If they tuck the basket down to the right into the woods over there, then it would keep the pond in play for the second shot. If you're a little out of position, you'd have to figure out how to manage the pond, when to go over it. And I think that this kind of takes the pond out of play for MPO.
Do you like the FPO pin more than MPO, even for us?
Maybe a little bit, yeah. Okay. I like the fact that you have to do the pond carry since people will be like out of position down the hill somewhere.
Right.
They'll be aggressive and then the water will actually come into play.
All right, check out this basket shot.
Standstill? Wow.
Standstill, NUKE OS, 20 feet.
I'm impressed.
50 feet?
From here, it can't be. Like, you can just drop it on the basket. If you're back a little bit and you don't have the full, like, airspace, definitely it could get more dicey. Right. You might have to hit the gap, right?
Whoa! Woo! And that, folks, is why I picked Kevin Jones in my hold my bag picks.
Oh my gosh.
Because he does shots like that.
It dropped right by the basket, I think.
That's sick.
I missed the ground, dude. My foot was like in the air.
Yeah, that's a foot fault though, Goss. That sucks, dude. Dang.
Brutal.
Gotta have your foot on the ground, actually. I can't be in the air like that.
Let me try this little gap shot on the left here. Ooh.
That gap?
A little sneaky. There's definitely space there.
I think it's pure.
Yep, I think a lot of players will be throwing that way.
It is. I mean, it's not 100% pure. You're kind of just going over top of these trees and hoping you crash in a good spot.
Right, that was my goal. Is just get it really high and then just hit the trees right next to the basket.
Right.
And drop down.
Yeah. Man, you know what? One thing I like about this hole a lot is all this grass in the fairway.
Oh, yeah.
Grass right next to tree trunks. Just looks so aesthetic the whole way back.
Sure.
Hats off to the maintenance guys. Karma doesn't always pay off, you know? Try to be nice and then still miss putts. Nice, Goose.
Thanks.
That putt is looking pretty good lately. Ooh, I spoke too soon.
Yeah, don't speak too soon.
And that is also like 40 feet uphill, so.
That's been feeling good.
Another precarious green on this slope too.
True.
Rollaways is another good way to make it a little bit more difficult with this side slope.
Yep. All right, we're on hole 6, another par 4. I'm liking this.
Yeah.
So far, a lot of par 4s, a lot of interesting different shots.
Yep.
This one plays similar to maybe this previous one. Huge dog leg left where you have to go out the gap and then almost like more than 90 degrees back. So this is one of my favorite types of holes where you start with this nice like gap shot off the tee out to an open landing zone where you have to kind of flirt with the OB a little bit, have good placement, and then probably back into the woods.
Right.
So you get it like twice.
You do mention that a lot, how you like that. It's kind of like a good balance between woods golf and open golf.
Right. You get both elements on like the same kind of hole. I'm gonna go Captain's Raptor, just throw it at the OB, hopefully fade a little left. I did toss this one in the bag, if you guys watched the last video.
You gotta hope whoever actually owns that doesn't comment.
Somebody commented and then was like, just kidding, just kidding.
So now at least if anyone does comment, you can just be like, well, it's probably not actually there, so I'm just gonna keep it.
It's clutch for that one guy to do
small.
that. Yeah.
Wow, that was key.
Yep.
Was that a second account you made or what?
I don't know. Little low.
Eli, in relation to that mound, do we want to be like past it or on top of it?
No, right up top on the hillside.
Yeah.
That stake that's right up on top of the hill, if
Yeah.
you're like right next to that, and
Wow.
a little bit left.
Okay.
I've had a few people ask me how that Captain's Raptor flies.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a Z Captain's Raptor. It flies like every other Captain's Raptor I've ever. Dude, they're ridiculous.
Hey, quality and consistency since 1982, I think. Is that
Wow.
right?
2 doesn't sound right.
Is it
but-
not? I'm not even on this team. This gap looks tighter than I thought it did from back there.
I like the nose.
It's not a good mental note to have right before you throw a shot. This gap looks really small.
Yeah, right.
Let me throw that again.
Yeah,
NUKE
go
less this time. Okay, I went really inside on that.
Yeah, you're doing a good job of getting that just a touch nose up. I'm gonna try that.
Thank you.
Try to snap it a little nose up so it gets the touch of lift.
There we go. Nice, dude. Nice.
Because then you can hit the center of the gap still and then let the disc rise after it gets
Right.
out the gap. So,
This might be one of those shots where you kind of want to be right too to push that OB to open up your giving us a head nod. So I'm going to be boned with my shot.
that's the beauty of these because it has the placement. You have to get it close to the OB for the most ideal shot. All right, my force is a little bit past the gap. I'm maybe like 10 feet too far, but I think I just take that. It was a good shot. Hopefully it checks up a little shorter. My Captain's Raptor was not ideal. It's kind of in the short rough there. So I could have a gap to chip through, but it's pretty dense.
Yeah.
You'd like to be where Ezra is, for sure.
Dude, that's always the case, bro. I'm literally right here.
We're gonna try to finagle a turnover.
Oh.
We're gonna try to finagle.
Not a bad kick though. Still in the short
finagle
grass.
a turnover.
Yeah.
First take. There it is.
Woo wee. That is Narnia.
Oh my
That was
gosh.
looking so good.
That was brutal, man. Do I need to go farther right?
Ideally, I mean, yeah. I suppose.
Yeah, I just can't.
Guys, it's a tough spot from over there.
Yeah, the pond doesn't come into play on that last hole, but it does on this one.
It does that swarm is crazy. This isn't that too bad. My NUKE kind of got lucky off that little tree kiss. I fought through some of this stuff.
You just push through some of it.
I'm in the fairway here.
Definitely one
Zone.
line that's cleaned out. So you wanna be
Buffalo!
kicking that. Very nice. You're gonna have
I
an
will take
obstructed
that.
putt. Folks, we are deep in Narnia. And sometimes you're in this in the tournament and you gotta try to get out. And this is what you do. You go, I'm coming out, pray for me.
I doubt it. Okay.
And then you throw a perfect shot that kicks a tree and back in the woods.
That's a putt. You're on the edge. Yeah, this is pretty sweet right here. Well, this whole right side is just super jail. You can kind of finagle a putt, but you definitely would rather be on this left side where it's way more cleaned out. Kind of makes you pick a side, which is another good way to make putting more difficult. They're really doing a good job on these greens, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed.
And it's fair. You know, this whole left side is wide open.
Exactly.
It slopes away a little bit, like Eli was saying.
Which from that upshot, that's the side you want to go to. That's what follows the fairway anyway. So if you throw over here, it's a missed shot. You get punished a little bit for it on the putt here.
Ooh, that looked good from here.
Oh, thanks, man.
Two-dimensional. You're a good two-dimensional golfer.
Yeah, I really am, dude.
Folks, if you want to know why Ricky's the best scrambler in the world, it's because he'll throw that exact same shot I threw, but then he'll just make the 60-footer like it's nothing. It's the putting, I'm telling you. I've never seen him miss a 60-footer for par when he's had a terrible lie off the tee. And then ideally, I watch the putt hit my spot. You know what I mean? But lately, I've been throwing the putt, and as soon as it comes out of my hand, I watch the disc and I watch the arc. I've been trying to get a little more touch or getting the disc to come down in the right spot, and it's helping me focus on imagining the flight of the disc a little bit more.
Yeah, I wonder what the science is mentally behind what's better, because like I could see we're all looking at the disc kind of helps, because you're like, when you're envisioning your putt, you're envisioning the arc and the whole flight of it.
Right.
And so then to kind of see it and hopefully have it match, I could see that being better. I remember asking Adam, I think, about that like 3 or 4 years ago, because he was putting nasty and I was having a struggle, I think. And he looks at his putter, I'm pretty sure. I would like watch people too. I like watch them to see what they would do.
What they were doing with their eyes.
I think most of them watch it. What about forehand too? Forehand, I noticed like on my forehands, like slow motion forehands, I'll throw the disc, but then like right after I release, I guess I'll take my eyes off the target and look at the disc.
And look at the disc. Interesting.
Which is
well, and then backhand's tough too, because like, I mean, I'm probably the most in the whole world at it, but like I don't even look at my target like at all. I'm here having thrown the target, still looking back before I even.
You'll still look at the T sign and the disc's halfway down the hole.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. But then like Joey Buckets, he's like the opposite. I played with him at the tournament.
Like he watches the whole shot.
He pretty much is like he's like ahead of it almost. So
okay. Niklas is pretty close too. He keeps his head pretty far forward. He like turns a tiny bit.
Macbeth's kind of forward, I think. But then there's like Calvin is one of the best throwers as well, and he keeps it back. So
different ways of doing it. Those are very small details too.
Right. Yeah. 7, 420 foot, par 3. Another little wood shot, but man, this is what wood should be right here. Cleaned up fairway, well-defined gap. This is what I like. The end looks maybe a little bit dicey, but I guess we'll get to that when we get to it. 420 feet. End.
This first 300 feet looks very fair.
It looks perfect.
There's OB too, so we'll see how close that comes in.
Slightly unstable Raptor, since I think it's a shot that you want to push straight and then have it drift a little bit right, drift a little bit back. Pretty specific. Oh, I freaking threw it left.
We've got a little bit of crosswind where that shot might have started turning soon enough without the crosswind.
I appreciate that, man. I knew it was a bad release right away, but you're all right.
Right.
It's also possible.
It'd be closer, at least. I like the Onyx here, I think. I'm going to go with like flatter touch a turn.
Nice.
You do have to commit it pretty far left to get that full like shot. Man, I like that shot. Jeez.
Really nice, dude. I'll try the Onyx as well. Oh, I pulled it again, just like the other Onyx I threw. That's
Put a new Sagata in the bag too for this kind of shot. Start this on hyzer.
Nice, dude. Wow, you're pure on the line.
I think the Onyx fights the wind a touch better though. Okay. I like the little more stable for.
Bad news for me, I couldn't hit the gap like you did. Good news for you guys though, you can get 20 bucks off a Squatch bag if you use code Ezra. We got the Squatch hole right here. I've been using the Lure all season long. I've been loving this bag. We've also got my Twirl Series bag on now if you guys want to check that out. That's kind of switched up for me. And then the Legend as well, which is the big bag. So check that out. Squatch is coming out with some sick products. This colorway right now, the Old Glory colorway,
it goes with the
so
hat.
fire.
This guy's styling. Definitely pretty demanding. I think that the ladies pin is a very repeatable shot with very little luck versus I think for the guys, getting to like this tree here is pretty repeatable. But as soon as you get to like that section, there's going to be some spray, there's going to be some tree kicks, and the OB is like edge of circle right. So I'm not sure if I'm a fan of it being that close, that tight, that far down the fairway with trees that, I don't know.
First time I've heard you say you don't like OB in the woods, I think.
Fair. I think it depends on how it's done. And I think on this one, it's not like you can pick a shot that's safer than a different shot, really. So
you just pick a more stable disc maybe?
More stable disc, try to fade out left. I suppose. Yeah, if you fade out left, it's
and
probably
if you hit a tree, it might like kick and then like come back still.
Right, okay, that's a good point. I just think that there will be some really solid shots that catch here and then pop maybe 20 feet over out of bounds, which is a little unfortunate.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you gotta throw it straight. There it is.
Nice, dude. Wow. Who is this guy? Who is the new Pudge?
It's
you know?
the new
That's
Pudge.
my question.
You can call me Chubbs too if you want.
I dislike pudge more, and that's why I'm going to keep calling that.
We're on hole 8. We've got another par 4 here. It is, what, 756 feet?
Yeah.
Looks like we've got a nice gap shot. You have to get out into the center, and then the basket goes up to the right. Whatever you can do to kind of get out this gap. I think a forehand will play a little bit better if you get a little extra finish off to the right. But I might be going backhand just if the gap hitting is a little too hard and I'm feeling better about my backhand.
The forehand might get you 30 feet closer to the basket, probably not a whole lot.
Maybe a touch. I think it's a short enough gap though that I don't have to worry about any shaping. I can just, you know, hit it center, hit it hard in the center and not worry too much. Like it doesn't matter if it goes too straight or too right or anything. You just need it to go straight for 200 feet.
The shot. Was that an Ezra NUKE?
That was.
I like that. Right?
I guess. That felt weird when you said that. I was like,
no, I love that. It's pretty fun. It's actually pretty fun to do that. That was an Ezra Robinson NUKE. Still good though. I'm gonna go with a big Z NUKE forehand here. Oh my gosh, bro! What is that height lift?
A little bit of
Center
headwind.
cut fairway.
Quick note, it's probably because we were so spoiled last week. I didn't even notice anything about these tee pads, and that's because they're perfect. These tee pads are grippy, they look great, and they are plenty long.
That's a good point.
For me, I mean, obviously I'm biased because I've got my own run-up, but I can fit my full 1, 2, 3, 4 onto the tee pad versus most tee pads I have to start like one step off and do that first step onto the tee pad. So this one's actually perfect length for me.
James might start downhill, but
he definitely will.
The rocks look cool too. Wood chips, I like it.
Yep.
Maybe I need to go my own NUKE, y'all.
Always.
On hyzer, like hyzer flip up. Maybe that's my release. Probably just the disc. Probably just the disc.
Probably just the disc. Okay. So I don't know if you meant to do it, but that's exactly where your run-up was aiming.
That tree?
The right.
Oh.
You're kind of like running up just towards like the right side of that gap.
Interesting.
You released it exactly where you were aiming, which was just on like the right side. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
For me, I like to line up a little bit more here, because I'm playing for the center of the gap rather than.
Oh, throw to the center of the gap instead of the edge of the gap. That's smart. That is good to know, though. I'm serious. I mean,
because I think you're trying to throw a sweeping thing that's kind of like hyzering out the gap.
Right.
Versus in my head, at least, I'm going like dead center, heart of the gap.
Yeah, I'm definitely not trying to aim straight right. So if I'm doing that with my feet, I appreciate you telling me that. It's like what happened last week with Adam. On that one hole. Sometimes just like we mess up our run up, aim a little bit, and then it just makes a shot miss.
Makes the shot just a little bit harder, because you're still aiming in the gap. I mean, you hit the shot perfectly, right where you're aiming.
Oh, okay, so this shot's completely blind, and this is pretty far up the hill too. Goose might be able to see the basket from his tee shot. He got a little bit more out of it. But we're basically just going at that clump of trees, you can see, with the basket, trying to just penetrate through that and get to it, I guess. Pretty tough with this headwind too, since I kind of have to throw it up in the air. Coming off that hill, it's probably gonna want to lift it. Go stable NUKE, hopefully stay in bounds. Okay, I like it. Stable up. Oh, it is. Left. Oh, it is.
That was perfect. You're gonna love that.
Man.
You're gonna love that lie. You're gonna love it.
That one?
Oh yeah.
Is it a tough putt?
You hit the branch right above the basket.
Yeah.
Fell down to circle's edge, rolled straight out of bounds.
Disc golf, dude. Disc golf is sweet. That's why we play the game.
I think you want to go NUKE OS here. I think you want it.
Shots.
I think you want it fighting hard left.
I would recommend something that doesn't roll away.
Yeah, thank you.
That doesn't roll. It's broken disc golf. Oh yeah.
Does that have the distance?
Nope. You want 20 more feet.
20 more feet?
And then obviously further right.
And then further right. Okay.
Didn't roll though, so good job on that.
Wow, that plays a long ways into that headwind. Oh my gosh, dude.
Good stop.
That was one of my best stops. I felt the disc almost pop out of my hand.
Maybe that should be our goal, Goose. Just try to fake out Eli. Left. Oh,
That's what I thought the first one would do.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's just
wow.
a bad shot. Like, whatever.
All right, hyzer, a little bit of spin. Yeah. They're just a little too flippy. I could use a set of new putters, I think. Into like that headwind, they like turn over or hyzer out, and it's hard to tell what they're gonna do. Nice putt.
Actually, it's your disc, I'll leave it.
And everything plays so hard in this wind.
Goose's nemesis is back. I like that. We got 2 more posts that Goose can try to miss. I can't wait to watch it. We have a 268-foot pole 3 to finish out the back 9. This super sick like little black carpet laid out for us with the wood chips leading up to some rock steps and then a basket, low ceiling.
Very
the
specific.
head control is going to be very specific.
Yeah.
Very tricky.
The nose angle, touch a nose up maybe is ideal.
Would be nice.
I do like the posts too, man. I think that they're very consistent. Nobody's
Let's wait till you
missing.
throw a false slow. You might change your tune.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
fair,
I'm joking.
fair.
I'm joking.
You're just not missing left or right of them and
Right.
still having a good shot.
Right. Oh, for sure. It's
They're
very defined.
Very
that.
defined of like, you have to go inside these, and if you throw anywhere outside of them, it's a bad shot.
It's not like you're shanking it and getting lucky through some tiny little window that doesn't exist and then
Yep.
getting through the branches and all that stuff. It's just right there, yeah. I like that.
I might be a fan of this.
I'm gonna try wrapper forehand. I feel like the forehand, I guess that doesn't matter. Backhand might work better. I'm gonna try forehand anyway. Yes.
Ooh,
Sit. Oh.
that was good.
Look who can throw a forehand again.
At first I thought it was 2 nose up like you did on the last one.
Right.
But then it turned just
Yeah.
a tiny bit,
Right.
and it was perfect.
No, I knew that would happen for sure.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
exactly
yeah.
why I did that.
I think
Definitely
forehand is
intentional.
ideal with this wind especially. Just that touch of nose up
That's great.
into the headwind. Yeah,
Love
that's not
that.
going to skip too far right.
Tailwind putt now though.
Oh, didn't
try
even
the-
think about that.
I'll try
I
the
need to think
backhand.
about that.
Hey man, I'm always here to gas you up.
I cannot seem to make a right to left wind putt to save my life.
Oh.
And I need to start thinking about that
Right.
because it has gotten out of hand. I have been so bad at those.
Yeah.
And then like tailwind, left to right, I've been money. So.
It is a good thing to think about. Try to put yourself on the right side of the basket to make the putt as easy as possible. Because especially when it's windy like this, man, it makes a huge difference. Unstable zone.
Oh, the height.
Kind of just pound it.
Perfect. Holy cow.
Wow.
Wow. That,
Might want a little more speed. That was tough to get there.
right, I was
This
thinking
uphill.
my Buzz OS might be perfect for this.
Yeah.
There's a backstop, so I can throw it as hard as I want, really.
Nice.
Right, should get a little scoot.
Oh, with the little skip too.
Yeah, it's nice having that extra speed for it to slide up there. Although I will take 10-foot right to left wind putts.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
Should be able to make that one. We got 4 shots in the circle. We'll take that.
Left to right, touch nose up.
Didn't drop. That's
That one
good.
dropped.
Well, 9 holes in here. I am very impressed with this course. It's been hyped up and it's living up to the hype in my opinion. We've got, honestly, I think all the holes are very solid. Obviously, there's some tweaks here and there that can maybe make them better, but overall, this is what we're looking for a tour course. I feel like it's a great replacement to DDO so far.
Yeah.
And it's near Kansas City instead of near Emporia, so those some civilization, which is nice.
Feels like a Pro Tour event too, man. They've done a lot of work out here.
Right.
They've made the aesthetics. You know, it's a
Aesthetics
big
is
part
huge,
of
yeah,
it.
for sure.
And
It's so inviting to actually like spectate and watch.
a lot of variety too.
Yeah.
So overall, really happy. I'm hoping there's par 5 on the back 9. I'd say that's one thing that would be really cool to see out
Right.
here. Haven't seen yet.
Good
but-
amount of par 4s though.
Yep,
Can't complain
that's
too much
for
on
sure.
that. It's not just all par 3s.
Yeah.
Anyway, check out the back 9 on Pudge's channel. We'll link that below, as well as the maintenance channel. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe for all the content we're putting out. We've been on the grind. I think like half the guys who watch this video don't even subscribe. I looked at the stats. It's like 40 to 55% or something. So if you aren't subscribed yet, that'd help out a lot.
Yeah,
Thanks for
it's
watching.
hard to see. We're gonna have another video coming out this week as well. So
Or next. Well, we don't know, but we're gonna film
Maybe.
another video this week. That's the plan.
hopefully.
It might be
Alright.
next week. It's an off week.
Okay.
Either way,
true.
it should be a banger.
Good point.
And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, Eli, for filming. See you guys later.